part of the vision planning process this time around has been what Jim Stoller and I call the experience of Michigan Avenue. As we read the old documents and looked at what the Avenue had become, Jim and I and the rest of our committee felt that while marketing has always been an important part of the Avenue's and the association's portfolio, it was the experience of the Avenue that we wanted to bring some attention to. That experience is very different for different constituencies. Our members view it as one thing, our residents another, visitors have another view of it and expectations for it. Shoppers, while visitors, are looking for another experience, and the association, in its continuous effort to please all these stakeholders, has done a fabulous job of managing those different expectations. But they change over time. And these days, it's technology in all its varying and evolving forms that keeps our visitors and members' expectations also evolving. They look to the world for their experiences, and so must we. That's why we put down in our draft vision document for the experience and marketing segment a policy to embrace technology. And that, in its current and emerging forms, is the theme of these next few minutes. Technology's ability to instruct, entertain, inform, and help you sell is staggering. To give you an idea of what's been happening around the globe, I've asked Sid Bala, president of alligatortek and a guru in the practical business application of emerging technology, to join me in this presentation. His clients run the gamut from global 25 behemoths to little tiny companies like mine in the Chicago suburbs. I've asked him to tell us what's happening around the world to create entertaining environments, build brands, drive consumers, and communicate with individuals at the what's in it for me level. And I've asked him to use his crystal ball to take a look at what's coming. Sid?
Thank you, John. That's kind introduction. I appreciate that. As we've worked with the committee, we've looked at how can we embrace technology? How can we help the retailers, the restaurateurs, the hoteliers on Michigan Avenue take advantage? Thank you. So we've looked at how can we help all the constituents of Michigan Avenue take advantage of embracing technology. And that begins in part by embracing the brands that are on Michigan Avenue. So we start by looking at perhaps one of the brands that's most well known is Ralph Lauren, a retail brand, one which features as one of the largest retailers in the U.S., factory stores and full-price stores worldwide. Recently, in the end of 2010, they embarked on a digital innovation campaign. It's a campaign that was a collaboration and celebration of 10 years of innovation. It's a fusion of art, technology, and fashion. And what they did was they went ahead and transformed their stores at 888 Madison Avenue in New York, as well as the ones in their London flagship store at New Bond Street. And they took this three-dimensional space and created a four-dimensional projection. So I'm going to take you on a quick look at what that exactly looks like. in a retail area. And so what we've seen here is what is known as augmented reality. And it's not limited to simply the exterior. Recently, in August of last year, Ralph Lauren took the same presentation internally, and they went to KaDeWa, which is one of the largest department stores in Berlin. And for the entire month of August, they went ahead and showed this show for 6 times a day. And I want you to hear what some of the constituents of that scene had to say.
Amazing, really brilliant. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Awesome.
We're pretty impressed.
I know a 3D show, but I didn't see something like this before.
It's a new kind of entertainment.
And this is very new and fresh.
And a bit magical, I think.
Good idea to start off with a way to spare no expense in getting your message across. Without question, Ralph Lauren makes for a couple of events in the sense of branded entertainment for what's likely to be an existing audience. But what have you seen that engages people, that makes them want to become part of an environment?
That's a great question, John. To your point, that is entertainment or edutainment, as we would say in the industry. But today's shoppers are 20-something and 30-something-year-old individuals are trying to use the technology that's ever present at their fingertips, and that is their mobile phone. Their mobile phone that's capable of reality, augmented reality, being able to take advantage of social and GPS functionality. The Ralph Lauren projections use augmented reality, much like you might see in a football game with the lines over with the plays that are happening against the backdrop of the screen. But H&M actually took this to heart and actually embarked on a campaign last year in London and in England. They went from taking augmented reality, AR, to mobile AR, the use of the mobile phone for that purpose. So through this marketing campaign, they employed a GPS and essentially had a treasure hunt throughout the city. So using the camera's capabilities, they were able to help shoppers collect virtual goods by looking at storefronts, being able to capture different articles of items in those storefronts, and then receiving and rewarding these shoppers with credits as they would tweet and send these on their Facebook posts to one another. Each virtual item carried with it a bonus, and this converted into real-world credits that they could use. So let's take a look at the HM presentation.
Choose which runs to follow. Start grabbing virtual goods and collecting rewards. Share your photos with friends on Facebook. Augmented reality plus virtual goods equals real rewards.